So I ended up calling an electrician and having somebody come out, and he was like, I think I can make this work, like with this non-stock motor, whatever.
Yeah.
The clearance is really tight. I'm gonna like stretch the metal. Whatever. It's like I think I can make this work, which will just cost you like a couple $100 or whatever. If we need to replace the whole unit, it's like $2,000.
Holy shit. Wait,
Awesome.
what?
$2,000.
Super cool.
Like for a fucking and the thing is, and I I was just incredulous, and I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, no, that's what it costs. Like it's like $1,800 for like an installed new lamp bathroom fan combo unit thing. So anyway, so he gets it in there, it's working, it's quiet, and then of course, we're stoked, I pay him, he bails, and then I go to take a shower later, and it's like it's quiet for the first like 3 minutes, and then whatever he did, the tolerance just kind of stretched back or whatever, and now it's just like and so I need to fucking like take the whole thing apart, like cut down the shaft like for the fan to file it down or something, just to try and get like and just hope that I can get it to go back in the way that I couldn't do before.
Amazing.
That's so stupid. I fucking hate having a house.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Hang on. One of my neighbors is mowing exactly during recording time again. 1 second. Rory, carry on. I'll be back.
Two-stroke solution, baby. The last night we were up prepping Jimmy's rally car until like after midnight, and then I went in, got cleaned up, and got to bed by like 1:30, and then forgot that I left forgot to take the trash out, so I went down in my boxer briefs to the end of the driveway at 2 in the morning, or 1:30 in the morning, with both trash cans, and then finally got back into bed and fell asleep, and the fire alarm went off at like 2:30, and then everybody started freaking out, like everybody was screaming.
Fire alarm in your house?
Yeah.
Just like smoke detector?
Yeah. Which sets all of them off because they're all daisy chained now.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I mean, this is like a callback to like a year ago.
Peter explodes a fire alarm.mp3. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
I walked outside the front door and I just fucking smashed it. I threw it onto the walkway as hard as I could, and it just exploded. And I come back in the house, and my daughter looks at me and she says, "What'd you do?" I said, "I smashed it." She just kind of goes, "Oh, okay."
Satisfying. So everyone gets out, the girls are screaming, and I'm like, you guys, everything's fine. Go back to bed. There's no fire. And it's like, I don't know that. That's not information that I have. There's no reason. It's like, this is not a fire drill. But it's like, obviously there's not a fire. So put everybody back to bed and then turn the alarm off, and then it just proceeds to do that every 2 hours for the rest of the night. No explanation.
Oh my God.
No.
The particle, dude. It's the particle. It's in there.
I feel like they didn't used to do that, the particle. They weren't as sensitive to particles.
No, now they are.
So I got to figure that out.
I love that they're networked so that they all go off.
So you can't tell which one is fucked
Yeah.
up.
Right.
No problem.
Really, really great job, everyone.
Yeah. But I did reflect afterwards on the fact that I just assumed that there was not a fire in the house, and it was like, good job evacuating everybody, but get back in your beds. We're good. There's no way there's a fire.
Nice fire drill. Good job. Good hustle.
You would smell it. I mean, you would know.
I feel like I would know.
Where there's fire, there's smoke. Isn't that the expression?
Even though I sleep with headphones on and really would have no indication whatsoever that there was a fire, I just feel like I would know. In my head, I would know.
In your bones.
Yeah.
Your manly intuition.
That's right. So I have two. Do you want to hear a shady car repair thing, or do you want to hear some news about the hill climb, or do you want to introduce the pod?
Well, let's introduce the pod. Just get it out of the way. The pod is tired. The car podcast for people who understand that cars are bad. With your friends Rory Carroll, Matty Riley, me, Peter Hughes, and maybe let's go in reverse order. What was the second one?
Hill climb.
Hill climb or car
The hill
repair?
climb.
Yeah. So we went out on Jimmy's Donzi the other day, which incredible machine. This
Fancy boat?
It's like a 60s speedboat. Yeah. So it's
Wow. Okay.
yeah. So it's a big fiberglass. It's actually only 16 feet, but it's a V8 rear engine, like super modern hull for the time. It's like, and this is like an 80s version of the Donzi, but we took it out and it'll go 65 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for a boat.
Yeah.
But but also like modern pontoon boats will go 65 miles an hour. So it's like, everything's kind of fucked up. But the
Slow boat fast.
yeah, it will. Jimmy driving it, he will pitch it, like turn super hard and literally like get it 90 degrees on the water, so that when you
Wow.
look to your left or right, like you're looking down into the bay.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying and so fun, and like because it feels for all the world like it's going over, and it is like the entire hull of the boat is out of the water.
Wow.
Very fun. But after that, got him to have some beers at dinner, and I was like, "You want to drive the Lada in the hill climb?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So Jimmy, the Lada is going to run the hill climb, yeah,
my
but with
God.
an actual good driver behind the wheel. So
Holy
pretty
shit.
excited about it. Yeah, I think now I have to prep the Lada in 9 days to go, but it's actually in 6 days because I'm going to be gone.
That's so exciting. Thank you, Jamie, for picking up the cause.
It should be pretty cool. And then
Comrade Jimmy.
yeah, the funny so the car repair thing. Over the weekend, I had my father-in-law's lawn tractor and the Rivian both got these like pinhole flats, like pinhole holes in the tire. And I couldn't figure out, like, there's no nail or there's nothing left in it, just like a little tiny baby pinhole. So I took them. Usually my tire place of choice is Junior's Tires, which has like a kind of Rory approved approach
Friends of the
to
pod.
safety and protocol. Yeah, we've talked about Junior's
I believe
many times.
we've talked
Yeah.
about them. Yeah.
But they're closed for Labor Day, so I took it to Blaine's Farm and Fleet, who I would say have a somewhat more by the book approach to tire repair. Charged me $50 to do the lawn tractor tire, which is unheard of at Junior's. You would buy into Junior's
say.
for $50. Yeah,
I mean, just to buy a new tire for
would have been less than $50.
what? For a lawnmower?
Lawn tractor, yeah, like a lawnmower, riding lawnmower.
Tough economy.
How much could a new tire
Well,
cost?
it was $28 for the inner tube, and I think $15 or something, $20 to install it or something like that, and then tax was $50. Yeah, not good.
Okay.
And then they refused to patch the Rivian tire because it's too close to the sidewall, which is like, I've heard that one before. And also, like, I think, to me, if there's like a huge gash in the tire close to the sidewall, it's like, yeah, I understand. Like, that's a safety issue. Like, that's the structure of the tire. But it's like a pinhole leak is not, that's not going to like suddenly deflate at 90 miles an hour on the freeway. Like, it's just not how a tire's built. So I was like, can you try to patch it just like to get me home? Wink, wink. And he was like, no, it's against our protocol or whatever. He's like, we can sell you a new set of tires. It's going to be $2,000. We can have them in here by next week. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm going to take it to Junior's. But then I was sitting in the driveway that same day, and I was like, I wonder if you take some tire repair, like rubber cement, put it in a syringe, like a injection syringe, and then turn the tire so it's facing down, like the hole is facing down, and then stick the syringe in the little tiny hole and empty the entire tube of rubber cement into the little tiny hole.
Wait, can you visually see the hole?
Yeah, I mean, you can hear the air's coming out of it, and there's a little tiny pin. So I just dumped the entire tube of rubber cement via a syringe, which I have a bunch of syringes in the garage for just such an occasion.
Sure.
And it completely worked. It's been holding air for, I think, 6 days now. It's totally fine. But it's like, I'm not a real...
It didn't like upset the balance of the...
No, I mean,
the wheel at all?
It's probably a dime size, thing of glue that stayed in there, and like some of it came shooting out the hole, but the rest of it just kind of settled in there. But I think I'm usually pretty, like, if there's one thing I'll spend money on, it's tires, because they're so important. But A, this is a lease and I'm giving these tires back. They're not my tires. And B, these tires suck. They're like the Pirelli Verde whatever, and they're awful at literally everything. They ride terrible. They're bad off-road. They're bad on-road. And they're noisy and they're uncomfortable.
I mean, it's EV tires basically are just like the only consideration is like low rolling resistance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They're awful. And like even friends who work at Rivian are like, yeah, those are terrible.
Right.
But I'm reticent to spend $2,000 on a new set of them that I'm then going to give back to Rivian at the end of the lease. So we are rolling with the glue tire, and it seems fine. It's like I said, it's been I think 5-6 days, and we're good, I think. But yeah, I think that's a new tire repair technique that I've not heard before. Did you guys see that Daniel Ricciardo is joining Ford Racing Team as a global ambassador, focusing much of his time in the off-road space, in particular around Raptor global nameplate, which he is already a very happy customer. He's had a Raptor for a long time.
Interesting.
When I met him when he was with Red Bull, he had a Raptor. And when he had a place in LA. Oh, he's selling his Aston Martin. What's the thing? The big thing? The Aston... barely driven Aston Martin Valkyrie. That's the crazy one.
That's the prototype that's in IMSA.
And
right?
it's the hypercar. Yeah.
Well, this is...
Yeah.
It's the road car version of it. It's got a dichroic dawn finished, nicknamed Badger Blue, in tribute to Ricciardo's famous Honey Badger moniker. Magnesium performance wheels, exposed satin carbon hardware, gloss lacquer carbon panels, and bespoke Alcantara trimmed bucket seats. In total, Ricciardo specified $190,000 in options, ensuring his Valkyrie is one of the most strikingly detailed builds of the limited production run. They built 150 of them. They're selling it via Broad Arrow auctions. Wow, he had 8 wins in Formula One. I didn't know that. That's more than I would have guessed. Good for him. Let's see. Let's see.
How many miles?
It has...
Does it have Bluetooth? Does it have like wireless CarPlay?
It does. 99 miles.
Okay. How old are the tires? Am I going to have to replace the tires?
Yep. They are probably original to the car, which this car came out a couple years ago.
I mean, 98 miles, there's not going to be a lot of tread wear. So those should probably be good, although I guess you'll probably be coming close to...
Listen, recently received Aston Martin's comprehensive 24-month service and comes with an extended warranty package valid through August 2027. So you're good on that.
Okay. Yeah.
No problem.
So it's like, what do they call it? Like the what do they call it when they do like the pre-owned, certified, whatever
CPO
kind of thing?
Program includes additional scheduled support extending through 2029, a rare benefit for potential buyers of such an exclusive machine. Going to Broad Arrow with Hagerty, being sold at the Zoot Concours auction in Deutschland, 2025. So get your readers, get your bid registrations ready to go. Could be your chance. Let's see. Could be your chance to own a Valkyrie. They are cool. I gotta say, it's again not anyone's thing, not any of our things probably, but it is a really neat car, and it is like super crazy looking on the road. There's very little to it. There's very little structure to it. It's very like Formula One-y. Kind of looks like remember that they did that I want to say T27 supercar a few years ago that was like just bare. It was like a open wheel car with just enough body work on it.
Who did this?
This is like a very obscure. God, I'm gonna forget this one. This is like my forgotten supercar. Hold on, I got to do some googling to figure this one out. We can move on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be curious. I'm so used to seeing the race car version now. I'd be curious to see the road car and race car kind of side by side and see how they. It just reads as race car to me now, and I mean it's an incredible looking race car.
Yeah, the road car is way more delicate looking and has like I said, a lot less kind of body work. And when you see it in person, it's just like all these little cutouts and kind of like,
Ooh.
yeah,
Wow.
it's a cool color too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the way that I mean, I think a big part of that is just the way they use black to kind of paint negative space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, there's so much of that, you know, it reminds me a little bit of Sajiv's kind of DLO fail, daylight opening fail kind of thing, you know, where the phrase that he invented to kind of describe the super common practice of just making cars greenhouses, the windows appear to be bigger than the openings actually are.
Yeah.
So it's like the window looks like it's a certain shape and size, and then you get up close to it and you realize, oh no, that's just half of that is just painted black so that it tricks your eye into perceiving it as a window.
Yeah.
And now it's pretty common practice in race cars too. I mean, if you look at like the Ferrari hypercar, the 499P, like the rear end of that car, like in profile from the side, like it looks like a really kind of truncated overhang at the back. So it kind of mimics like an old, you know, like a 330 P4 or something from the 60s. But actually, it's just like there's a big part of that car that goes further back that they just leave black, so it doesn't, you don't notice it, you know.
Yeah, this one, there are like a lot of places where you can actually see through the car, like you're seeing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it is a lot of black paint, tricking your eye. Not tricking your eye though. You clocked it right away.
But yeah, I mean, like from the rear, you see it, especially because the way that there's so much daylight between the front wheels and the actual body of the car. You can kind of see straight through to where like the kind of control arms and things go through, and also just like those gigantic Venturi tunnels at the back, that enormous diffuser. Which, I mean, that's all like that's what the race car is too. Pretty cool to see in road going form for sure.
Good car for the Tired Pod Boys. Oh, Caparo T1. You remember this car?
Caparo? How do you spell it? K. Oh yeah. There it is. Oh no, I don't. Oh no, I vaguely do. Yeah, the super like kind of skinny. Is it just a single seater or is that tandem? Is it like front and back?
No, it really is like a formula car. There might be. I think there's a configuration where there's an offset seat to the right. Yeah, where you can like put one slightly behind, which is very goofy. It would be really fun to do a serialized podcast of like obscure hypercar fail like companies that like came and went.
New segment. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, so many.
Let's see. This had like, Caparo Vehicle Technologies, founded by Ben Scott Geddes. Engineering director Graham Halstead, engineers formerly involved with the development of the McLaren F1, and Sean Butcher, marketing director and financier. The T1 was inspired by Formula One design and was intended as a relatively affordable road legal racing car. T1 was scheduled for production mid-2007 for a price of $235,000. Approximately 25 cars a year built. See, that is like, this is my thing that I'm on lately, coming back from Pebble Beach, is like, okay, so they wanted to build 25 of these a year at 235,000 pounds. So how much revenue is that? Let's see. 235,000 times 25. So that's revenue of under six
in 2007 dollars.
Still $6 million
Or pounds.
6 million pounds. So call it 7 today. How is that a company? How do you make cars and pay the people who work at the car company with $7 million? It drives me crazy. Like I really want, this is like an alloy story I'm trying to get done. For week one is like, I want to talk to, I think I talked about this maybe on the pod before, but like talk to like a U of M, like manufacturing.
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck are these, like, what is this? Like, what is the plan here?
Is there a scheme here?
Is this,
What's the business model?
Yeah.
How does this work? How does this make sense?
Is there a loophole we don't know about?
Explain.
Yes, please lay it out.
It is very frustrating to me in not, there's an element of jealousy too, because I'm like trying to raise money for Alloy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I have a spreadsheet where Alloy is like making money in a year. And I've also like talked to a bunch of manufacturers who are like down to participate with Alloy. And it's like, it's not hard to raise money, but it's like, it's a lot of explaining. And it's like,
right.
I'm not going to you saying we're going to make 25 supercars a year and sell them for $235,000. Like that.
See, that's an easier thing to explain, though. You know, I mean, it
is.
Maybe that's the appeal. Is just the pitch is so just kind of just easy to wrap your head around. You just go, oh wow, looks cool.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't do this if it wasn't going to work, right? Here's your money.
But if I was an investor, though, I would want to know if I'm getting my money back. And the answer with almost all these companies is you are not. And like, actually,
well, if you go down to the bottom of that wiki page, there's a section called sales.
Does not.
15 cars.
The entire paragraph just reads, Caparo planned to sell around 25 cars per year. However, in the production run, they sold just 15 cars before the company fell into administration in 2015 with the completed cars and owners' locations unknown.
Let's
see.
A small number of T1s have appeared for sale following the company's collapse, one in Japan in 2019 and a further 2 that have been on sale in the United Kingdom since 2021. I mean, there's citations for that 15 cars sold claim. But I would guess that that the actual number is closer to the number of cars that have actually been physically
seen.
Physically verified.
Yeah, it's crazy to me because it's like at that price, and even like some of these like $4 million, $3 million supercar things, it's like, what is the, like, I know roughly how much it costs to make a car, and it's like an all carbon fiber, totally bespoke hand built car is like a big expense. And it's like,
Yeah.
what is the margin again? And it's like, what is like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, we're building replica Delta Integrale with 600 horsepower and all carbon body, yada yada yada. And it's like, okay, like that's probably a pretty healthy margin on that. But like, what is the conceivable market for that? And then like, what is the plan to scale that? You know what I mean? Like, what is the plan to get that to like a business? And like,
Right.
and it's inconceivable to me. Like, and it's like,
And it's easy. It's the kind of thing that's easy to imagine, like any given person, kind of, seducing themselves into the idea that it's like, I can do this. I can make this happen. I'm gonna, I have a vision. I'm gonna sell these. I'm gonna make these fucking rad things. I'm gonna sell them to billionaires. I'm gonna like line up some investors. I've got some rich friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like get some money in place to make this happen. It's harder to imagine as many individual people falling prey to that delusion as there have been manufacturers, like startups, like trying to accomplish that.
see,
You know what I mean?
I can't do either part of it. Like, it's like I would be more apt to purchase one of the cars if I had the money than I would be to
Right.
get into the business part of it, because like it is just like,
Well, yeah. I mean, as a buyer,
yeah, it's fun.
yeah, it's you get this car that like is either going to be like the first example of something that will
Or just like, it's a cool car.
yeah,
Like, it's a
like
cool
2% chance like turns into something, or it's just going to end up being like this kind of
Cool curio.
weird one-off curiosity that might appreciate in value just because it's so just unique and special and desirable. So it's kind of win-win from rich guy consumer perspective, right?
Yeah,
It's the other people involved who have everything to lose.
so I had this like long conversation with Porsche this week for a story that I'm supposed to be writing for Panorama, about how you make heavy cars feel light. There's like a sensation now that's very common. That's like, you'll read car reviews and it's like, oh, I drove this car, weighs 6,000 pounds or whatever, but it feels light driving it. Like, I had that experience driving the Blackwing. And it's like, okay, how is that illusion crafted? What are the kind of inputs or like sensory experiences that we're trying to obfuscate or whatever? Like, how do you give that sensation of the car feels light? Anyway, so I had this like
I mean, they're basically like using electronics to kind of synthesize responsiveness, right? I mean,
well,
that's always been my assumption.
it is monstrously complex. So like the short answer is like they're in Porsches, the heaviest Porsches, they're adjusting the camber of the car in real time to maintain contact patch. They're making the car lean in real time to maintain a contact patch. And then they're also like adjusting damping behavior to control roll.
Lean in real time, meaning
Like a
like
motorcycle.
lean into a turn.
Yeah, like a motorcycle, yeah.
Right. So lean in the opposite direction that it would naturally be.
They're
leaning.
calling it, they call it like skyhook, and that's an engineering term. It's not Porsche's term, but it's like skyhook is, imagine the car hanging from a helicopter, and you're adjusting the attitude of the car up and down, left and right to reduce the body roll. So like the sensation in the car that you feel from a heavy car is the sensation of roll or pitch or dive, and like they're eliminating those. But they were like, he was like, there are circumstances in like a Panamera, if you're on the track, where you will notice that it feels like, he's like, if you're an experienced track driver, it will feel weird and artificial to you. He's like, normal customers don't ever
interesting.
have that
Yeah.
experience, but he's like, it'll feel like it's like the degree to which it's doing the work is like extreme, and it's like noticeable.
Yeah.
But he also said too, like the stuff in the Taycan is it takes their test drivers when their test drivers go to set a Nürburgring lap with those cars, like they have to adjust themselves to those sensations and the behavior of the suspension, because it's so different from a conventional suspension. And he's like, they end up being faster, but like at first they're like, oh God, this is fucking weird. Like this is a weird experience.
Yeah.
But anyway, all that to say, this is a 2-hour conversation with 20, 30 pages of diagrams and like explanations of it. And like, Porsche, these cars, they're all starting at under $200,000. And some of them are starting closer to $100,000. But I have no, and this is like across the board in the car business. I know how cars are put together. I understand them, I think, in a very complete way from an engineering standpoint. I understand how cars are marketed. I understand like the development process, all this stuff. I cannot point to a single car outside of maybe like F-150 where I understand how they're fucking making money on these things, like at all. Like it's like that the Porsche thing. It's like, it's not like the hardware obviously is monstrously complex. There's all kinds of stuff being made and built by like highly skilled workers and installed by highly skilled workers, like by people who are union German workers who get paid a lot of money. Like that is the manufacturing cost is one thing. I understand that, but it's like the thousands of man hours in design and testing and validation and like prototyping and like I understand that you're dealing with a fairly long time scale with a lot of these technologies. Like, some of these suspension technologies will run for a whole generation or 2 generations of car. So you have like a bunch of time to kind of amortize the cost of doing it. But it's like, that's Porsche, and that's like Porsche at Porsche scale, at Porsche margin. It's like, how do you do that at 25 cars a year? Like, how do you do that at 50 cars a year? That is insane to me. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't, like, I assume Porsche has an army of accountants who get paid $150,000, $250,000 a year, figuring out how to amortize these costs over a very long period of time. And like, eventually they make your money back.
I mean, I would think that one of the ways you do it is just by starting with not having a 6,000 pound sports car. So that you don't have to develop that kind of suspension.
But I'm talking about just the nuts and bolts of like building a car and making money on it. Like it's like it's so hard for me to understand how that's done. And it like but there are plenty of the companies where it's like, okay, these guys are dreamers, they have a bunch of money. They don't really care. The Ineos is like this for me, which is like he's a fossil fuel billionaire. He owns Manchester United. Like he's got money, like he's just like, I want this truck. I'm going to build them. We're going to make this a company. Fine. But it's like the guys who are like engineers, like cobbling together investors to do this. Like, what is the pitch to the investor where it's like, you're going to make, if you invest this money, you're going to make your money back and more. It's like, like even if you have the business case all laid out in a PowerPoint or whatever, it's like there's 30 years from Mosler to Vector to Zeta to like everyone trying this and it not working. It's like, it does not work. Like, it's like name, what was the last supercar company that made it? Like Pagani?
I mean, Pagani did not exist when I was a kid. Pagani has been
Koenigsegg.
Koenigsegg, same deal.
Yep.
I mean, those are companies that kind of started in the 90s and have become just seemingly stable
Yeah, they exist.
you know,
Yeah.
over you know several decades, just at a very small scale, just boutique car makers that you know it's not vaporware.
But there,
like those cars
there
are
are
real.
hundreds
and-
of them that have come and gone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, many, many, many more. I mean, I remember seeing the Vector, you know, when, I mean, that car, like in Southern California, that guy, Jerry Wiegert or whatever his name was, I mean, he would always, you know, there would be like every couple of years, he would roll out like a new version and it would be on the cover of all the car magazines and the Vector, if people who don't remember, who weren't around at the time, was just this car, this insane looking car. It looked like kind of like an American version of a Lamborghini Countach, where it's just like imagine like a Knight Rider version of a Lamborghini Countach, you know, and it was just, I don't remember what the dude's deal was. I think he maybe had a background in aviation or something. And this was his bid to like make an American supercar. And I think it had like some kind of crazy, like twin turbocharged, like
V12.
big block 454 or something in the back. And I mean, it was just outrageous. And I remember seeing that car like at the LA Car Show. I remember seeing it, in the parking lot at the Chino Air Show, like you know, the Chino Airport, you know, they'd have like the big warbirds, you know, the planes of fan. I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but I remember just seeing it in the parking lot there and just being like, whoa, it's a Vector.
Is the
And-
Vector? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then like realizing years later, it's like, no, that was the Vector. That was the guy. He was at the air show. He drove the car out. They never made another one. And the thing is, each subsequent one, he just changed the bodywork a little bit. It wasn't like building new ones.
Yeah.
Like that was the car.
There was
It's like, oh, it's a different one. Now it's red. Before it was black, you know? It's like, no.
they had pretty recently they auctioned like their old office space in SoCal, and Ron Baugh went to the auction and said it was fucking wild. It was like all this VHS and it was like pretty cool. I wish I would have gone. But he said it was all there. Like the whole company was there in the office space still. And they like
Amazing. I wonder how many people Vector employed at its
can't be 20, you know.
I have a hard time imagining it's even like a dozen.
Do you remember
Like including like the custodian for the office or whatever.
Do you remember the Mosler Consulier GTP?
Oh yeah.
Matty, do you know this car?
No, I don't.
This is one of my favorite. This is
Just like an 80s, like a very awkward looking 80s. I mean, it
interesting.
It looked kind of like an 80s IMSA car, like a GTP car,
Looks like a
or
big fish.
Group C car, but
Cool
but
fish.
it looked funky, and everybody. I mean, I remember everybody that drove them just raved about just how incredible they were to drive. But yeah, I mean, there's no way that you can make something that looks that kind of fucked up be appealing.
there was a
it just doesn't look right.
it's a very interesting car, and it's one of my favorite of these like failed supercar projects. Because like it's philosophically correct.
Right.
It weighs 2,200 pounds, and it's powered by a Chrysler 2.2 turbo. So like the same motor that was in like the Shelby Dodge Omni GLHs and like the fast minivans and all. They race it.
Shelby Charger.
Yeah, raced them in IMSA.
Omni, my beloved.
They had an ad campaign with.
Did they race them?
Yeah,
Did they actually race
successfully?
them?
Yeah.
Huh.
And it was.
I guess this was 90s. I wasn't paying attention in the 90s.
Yeah, they were banned in 1991. They were really fast. But it was the MT900, so it's not the well, it's a version of the Consulier, I guess.
Yeah.
But really weird guy. They had Leslie Nielsen was in the print ad campaign for him. They had like these really cool,
Fascinating.
like super 80s, like fluorescent, what do you call them? Brochures that I had a brochure poster thing that I got at one point. Let me see. They had a really funny campaign, or not campaign, bet with Car and Driver. That's right. Okay, so Warren Mosler, who's the guy who built this car, and it is like a very goofy looking car. And like a couple years ago, like you could still get these, they could get them pretty cheap. And I always like kind of wanted one just because they had so much like car magazine lore.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen one here actually at the little speed shop, the place in town that hosts the big Cars and Coffee, and they run a thing down at they do race car prep, like Watkins Glen and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like they have.
I wouldn't be surprised. And these guys, they did stick around for a long time. Like Mosler was a car company into the 90s.
Right. Like they actually, how many of these cars did they manufacture? Does it say?
Consuliers,
it says between 60 and 100 were built.
Pretty good. They ended up going using like I think Chevy V8 motors. Mm-hmm. Later, used a Chrysler minivan steering wheel, which is awesome. Had a bunch of problems, but the Car and Driver thing is really funny. So they basically bet. Warren Mosler put up a $25,000 bounty, and I think like Mark Vaughn has a really funny story about this that I can't remember. I can't remember Vaughn's thing, but he got in like some kind of a personal conflict with this guy. But
with Mosler,
yeah. So he offered. Let me see if I can find that real quick before I tell the.
Yeah, please. This sounds good.
In '93, they updated it and reintroduced it as the Mosler Intruder.
Yeah.
Yowzers.
Which seems like a
It was a more innocent time.
that's kind of a creepy name.
Okay.
Fascinating. The Intruder.
So Mosler was like, I think he was an economist, right? Like he was, very strange. Okay, let's see.
That's a pivot.
Hedge fund executive and entrepreneur, co-founder of the Center for Full Employment and Price Stability at the University of Missouri, Kansas. Let's see. Proponent of research, financier of modern monetary theory.
Whoa,
he was awarded
the
an honorary
fuck?
doc.
He's a fucking
MMT
MMT guy. How funny.
Yeah, we should have him on.
Ran for governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands in 2018 unsuccessfully.
What is going on?
What?
Hello?
So, fourth mic.
We need to get Mosler on the pod, man.
So Warren Mosler was so confident in the performance of the GTP that he offered a $25,000 bounty to anyone who could pilot a street legal production car around any U.S. racetrack faster than his car. Car and Driver
I remember
took up the
this,
challenge,
yes.
racing a GTP Series 1 Sport against a stock 91 Corvette around the Chrysler Proving Grounds in Chelsea, Michigan. Arthur St. Antoine and Chubba took 3 laps each in the Corvette and the GTP. They were able to obtain a best lap of 1:21.01 in the Corvette versus the GTP's best of 1:22.56. Reviewer St. Antoine opined that the GTP was difficult to handle with anemic brakes. Car and Driver confronted Mosler with these results prior to publication. Mosler noted that the test car was 3 years old and worn out due to heavy use. The GTP obtained by Car and Driver was barred from a track time driver's school, had worn tires and brake pads, no interior trim, 3 cigarette lighters, which were specially installed so track time could plug in their computer and portable radio equipment. Mosler offered to pay to rerun the test using his company test driver after installing new brake pads in the GTP, and agreed to pay $25,000 if the GTP still didn't lap faster than the Corvette. Car and Driver refused, saying it might be faster because of their driver. Mosler responded that they could use any driver they wanted, have them drive the GTP and get paid if it lost due to a conflict of interest. Car and Driver was subsequently published the Consulier GTP road test article in a negative and sarcastic light where they ridiculed the borrowed car's lack of interior fit and finish, 3 lighter plugs, failing to mention that these were modifications by the driving school, compared the overall fit and finish negatively with the new 300ZX. They also claimed that Mosler defaulted on his promise, supporting Mosler's position that the GTP should have won was the 1991 auto race in Lime Rock Park with the Series 2 Sillier GTP. This car defeated Hurley Haywood's factory Porsche 911 Turbo, Boris Said's Callaway Twin Turbo Corvette, and Jim Miniker's factory ZR1 Corvette. The race would be the GTP's last before it was banned from the IMSA series. To further back up its statements, Mosler raised the challenge to $100,000. However, no production car was able to best the Series 2 Conciliar GTP. It has been claimed that Chet Phillip bested the roof turbo with Racing Selects. Anyway, very interesting. But there's a very funny Vaughn story with this guy.
I gotta say, like I kind of come down with Mosler.
I agree.
Sounds like it fucking whips,
that,
dude.
you know.
Fast.
Yeah, I really like Matty. If there was a hypercar for Matty, I think this is like Matty sized, and I think weird enough that like this could be your track day monster.
The Conciliar looks like you know how a video game from like the 90s would have like a big metal fish that would chase you around. It looks like it looks like a big metal fish, and I would chase people around with it. Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm kind of like. Yeah, I think it's kind of neat. I like that the greenhouse has some kind of like cool square stuff going on, but it has the front is all swoopy like a real race car.
It's extremely awkward looking, and it also like looks like a car that is made of parts of many other cars, which is great.
Yeah. It's super strange. Yeah. It's like assembled from not quite the right arrangement of parts.
You guys, I'm sorry. I'm off in the weeds in the on the Warren Mosler wiki page.
Please share. What have you got?
His academic work. Now, bearing in mind, this is a guy. I mean, what are we talking about? We're talking about like short run, ultra, low production.
Yeah.
Vaporware car companies. And what is their business model? What's the economic framework for making this work? Mosler met economist Arthur Laffer
of the Curve, the very Laffer,
through a referral from Donald Rumsfeld at a meeting of social policy in NYC. William Vickery suggested Mosler to seek out post-Keynesian economists L. Randall Wray, Bill Mitchell, and Stephanie Kelton to discuss his ideas. These post-Keynesian economists had been familiar with chartalism and agreed with Mosler's analysis. Laffer's staff economist Mark McNary provided editorial and research assistant in Mosler's self-published monograph, Soft Currency Economics. He's known for his writings on MMT. Go down, visiting professor at the University of Bergamo, starting in 2014. But further down, he's attributed with creating Mosler's Law.
Yeah.
Dealing with fiscal policy of a nation during a recession. Specifically, Mosler's Law states that no financial crisis is so deep that a sufficiently large fiscal adjustment cannot deal with it. So maybe that's just the answer to your question, Rory, that as long as you have more people willing to throw more money away, that you can just...
I mean, he's an economist. He probably, if anyone knows how the books are going to work.
I mean, that does seem to be the case, as we've discussed many times on the pod, that like the lesson since the financial crisis of 2008, 2009 has been like, just don't let that happen again. And it's like, whatever part of the economy looks like it's going to make that happen, just give them a bunch of money. And we seem to be continuing to ride that, which is fine.
It seems fun.
Yeah.
Well, the mechanism that allows that to happen is that I mean, and the thing that MMT just completely like depends upon, the thing that's axiomatic to that is that
money's not real.
Yeah, is that like, I mean, all, when people, the common conception of the economy, like why we have to eliminate the debt, right?
Yeah.
And the national debt is out of control, and that the reason that's farcical and is that like it's not a household.
Right.
You're not running, you're not running the economy of the nation. Like you don't have to balance your budget the way you do when you have a certain amount of income and a corresponding amount of obligations of payments that you have to make, because you have the thing that prints the money.
Yes.
You control the thing that prints the money. And when you are the U.S., you are the reserve currency of the world. And so you... Well, exactly. And so this is... Yeah, the conditions that allow for MMT to work are I feel like we're coming up against possibly the limitations of them.
Well, we'll see.
We'll find out.
Yeah. and I mean, it's funny you're talking about Porsche, Rory. I mean, this is stuff that I've been meaning to like get on here forever.
Whoa,
Just
my
talk.
God. Trans rights.
Yep.
Sorry, I saw the paint. I saw the livery and I got really excited.
Yeah, that's the Mosler said trans rights.
I need to drive that for every day for the rest of my life.
That's what I'm saying.
Put me in this right now.
It'd be a
Put
good
me
car
this,
for you.
That's for me.
Yep.
That's for me. Put me in there. Oh my God. I'd be like a little Barbie doll. Are you kidding me?
Like
It's whips.
matching helmet,
Oh my God.
crushing the track record at every local.
Put me out there. I'm gonna chase people around like a big metal fish. Stick me in there. Look at that. That's so cute. Look at that front end.
That actually does look really good.
looks
in that,
incredible.
I mean,
Yeah.
Good colors, baby. These colors don't run.
I mean, that's like a roadster version, right? So they kind of like fixed the greenhouse.
It's
It
super
does
cute.
that solves a lot of the problems. Yeah, and it does. It's like a that livery. It's almost like a trans speed racer or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, dude, totally. This kicks ass. Put me in there. Give me that. Oh my God, look at it. It's perfect.
Oh, it's funny. I know the guy that guy. Do you know that guy, David Wallens?
Yeah.
Rory.
Yeah. The poster.
The Barbie car.
Oh, from Swit, Babe Ruth pointing at the outfield. Barbie car. I was right. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God.
There it is.
Put me in the trans rights Barbie car.
Oh wow, it's got fans at the back.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that like a
Heats.
Oh, and interesting. Look at the picture with a bunch of other ones in the background, and then a second gen Volkswagen Scirocco.
Okay, this is great. Sorry, we're just doing a used car pod today, but Lutz's Purple Plymouth Prowler is for sale on Bring a Trailer. Legendary car executive Bob Lutz, one of the most interesting characters to ever been involved in the car business, I have to say. Have you seen? Did we talk about his paper car thing?
Paper car?
Yeah.
Tell
Okay.
me everything.
So
No.
Lutz he was like very close to being CEO of several car companies over his career, and was like a product guy. His book was Car Guys versus Bean Counters, and it was all about like how making great product solved all the problems at car companies, and you shouldn't listen to the accountants. Just make the good stuff and make fun stuff. He did a lot of like weird shit, like
And he's kind of like this swashbuckling character who like kind of famously
Marine helicopter
like,
pilot, like
like flies his fucking helicopter to places.
he
you know,
used
when,
to
like nobody.
commute to the office
Yeah.
at the tech center in Warren and land. It's this like Eero Saarinen super modern building, and there's like there's a reflecting pool in the middle of the property, and there's like a helipad that's submerged, but it's only like under like an inch of water. So he would land it on the helipad and walk across the water to his office at the design center. Insane guy. Really a wild man. And was very, very like apt to get himself in trouble with the press. But he
Still around. I just
Oh,
saw
yeah.
like I didn't click through, but I saw like a story, like an interview with him just today earlier when I was.
I have friends who have lunch with him every week, and I guess one of my buddies is like goes to this lunch and he's like, "Have you seen Lutz's paper cars?" And I was like, "I don't want to see some fucking old man's like paper car, like folding up paper car thing. Like that's stupid and also like weird that he's doing this." And he's like, "No, you got to see him. You got to see him. You got to see him." And I was like, "All right." I kind of blew it off, and like I should have listened. He like this is a good friend who's like would not be impressed by something dumb. But I saw him at Pathfinder's AutoZone, which is like a car hobby shop in suburban Detroit, and they're incredible. Like they are these all paper models of 60s and 70s, like race cars and road cars that are like they look like die casts. They look like you can't tell that they're paper at all.
Yeah, no, I just pulled up like a Hemming story about it, and they look incredible.
Yeah, I was like,
fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, when I saw them, I was like, oh, okay, like totally different deal than I was expecting. But they look like real diecast cars. Are you seeing these, Matty?
Insane. Yeah. Oh. I love insane, like extremely, completely like psycho level papercraft shit. This whips.
All right, so Lutz famously was behind a lot of like the Viper stuff at Dodge, and then the Plymouth Prowler. He was like a big proponent of those. He's Purple Plymouth Prowler. Say that 3 times fast. Same spec as Prince, actually. It's on.
Wait, did Prince have a Prowler?
A purple one, of course. Yeah.
Prince's Purple Prowler.
So this is just a note from the Bring a Trailer description on this Prowler, which actually looks really nice. Would be a very fun car to have. Okay.
Most assuredly.
The seller's grandfather-in-law traded Lutz an Ivchenko jet engine for the car in March 1998, and it now has 14,000 miles following history in Michigan, Alabama, and Washington State. He also is a jet pilot, I guess. He knows how to fly a jet. Maybe owns an old trainer or something like that. But yeah,
sounds right. I think does he have like a T-33 or something?
I think that sounds right to me. Yeah. Really nice looking car. It'd be fun to have. Lutz's old car.
What's that? A Prowler?
Yeah. It'd be funny. But like it'd be really funny for you.
It would be funny
for you to have.
For me to have?
Yeah.
I think I don't think I could do it. I do remember. I remember Davey telling a story about having a Prowler press car and just saying how just completely hilarious it was.
Yeah,
just to be driving around in that.
Yeah, they're very
as
funny.
like a young, as like a person in your 20s,
not a 65-year-old.
Like the ultimate fucking boomer car, man. Yeah. Like it's just
the interior is very.
It's like PT Cruiser wasn't enough. Like that's not boomer enough for you. You gotta go. You gotta go full Prowler, man. That's just
what a nice color.
A lot of synergy going on here. We have the Intruder, the Prowler.
The Prowler, I know.
Fellas,
you just can't make those types of car names today because they're terrifying.
Yeah.
You can't make any fun car names now. Like everything's all as a CX-5 or something, or like the new TI-3.
My proposal for the new Pontiac Family Annihilator.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about Prince's car collection.
Yeah, he's got some.
So
cool
he had
stuff.
a Prowler.
That's surprising.
Yes, that makes sense.
I mean that purple was kind of the signature color of that car when it was introduced. You know, that was the kind of the launch color. So I mean it. It just kind of stands to reason that of course Prince would have a purple one. Ooh, he had an 80s 6 Series BMW, a 93 Thunderbird. Other cars in Prince's possession at the time of his death: 93 Cherokee, Cadillac XLR, Was that the Corvette one? That's cool.
A lot of American stuff.
2010 Mercedes-Benz model unknown. 2011 Lincoln MKT. 2006 Bentley model unknown. 85 Caddy limousine. 96 Z3 Roadster. I mean, these actually aren't that interesting.
No, pretty restrained for a guy like Prince. He would definitely strike me as more of someone who understood that he had to have some cars than someone who's really interested in some cars. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Like he had
basically what
going
my understanding of him is
Notoriously a
that he
weirdo.
basically was just like, all he did was just live in the studio and just
record
crank shit out.
hundreds of
all
thousands
the
of
time.
songs.
Notably a man who, when asked where he lived, in the greatest article of all time, was Matt Damon making small talk with him and going, "So you live in Minneapolis?" And Prince replying, "I live inside my own heart, Matt Damon."
That's true.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Matt Damon.
Yeah.
After that.
Destroyed. And Space Laser got his ass.
All right. What else do we want to cover today, boys?
It's silly season. There's silly stuff going on.
Oh yeah. We got. Okay. So let me, from my memory, I will try to run down the things, the personnel news. We've got Checo Perez and what's his name? This is already going so well. The guy who was with Mercedes, then he was with Williams, and then he was with Alpha, and then where was he last?
A couple old guys.
Yeah, a couple old fellas.
A couple old F1
F1 hands, I think.
journeymen.
Yeah. You say we got Valtteri Bottas is the guy. Kind of a fan favorite, but a couple real fan favorite guys, I guess, are going to be actually driving the cars. And then Colton Herta.
Driving what cars?
The Cadillac Formula One cars.
Cadillac Formula One cars. They
Um,
arrive in 2020 next year.
Yeah, inaugural 2026 season. So this is kind of an old, I'm making a wry smile here, formula, where you pick a couple of kind of experienced drivers who have been with big teams, know what they're doing, aren't going to fuck up your whole thing, and can help develop the car and the program. So
yeah, you're a new team. The expectations are low. You just need somebody to not crash while you kind of get your feet under you as a brand new out of the box.
Yeah, this is like Mercedes hiring Michael Schumacher to develop their car when they came back to F1 in whatever year that was, 1990, whatever. But should be pretty cool. Those guys, like I said, are fun. They're good personalities.
Bottas, I'm immediately a fan after his flag stunt.
Yeah, we've seen Bottas in the nude previously, and then Checo, wonderful personality. Should be fun. And then they signed Colton Herta.
We called it a year ago.
IndyCar phenom, yeah, and kind of former F1 hopeful to be a test driver there. It'll be interesting. You know, we were talking yesterday, and I think Peter said, so, you know, there's the plan to get Bottas and Perez to kind of develop the car, and then, you know, when it's time, move them aside in favor of Colton Herta. And I think, like,
Pop him in.
that would be ideal, but I think Herta will be kind of old by then. He's in his mid-20s now.
I think he's 26 now.
Yeah, so he'll be kind of aging out of Formula One in the next couple of years. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how quickly that can progress, or if it progresses.
To come into F1 as a rookie for sure.
Yeah.
But what's the deal with Formula One and the new? There's like a new formula coming, right? Like a new powertrain thing, or just an entirely new car package.
Totally new package, yeah.
And that's that's coming in what,
I think
2028?
I think 26. I want to say.
I thought they pushed the engine.
Oh, you're right. They did. Yeah.
Thing back.
It was supposed to be 26, and now it's 27, 28.
And Cadillac, which is entering as a new team, as an American car, but they're borrowing a powertrain from who? I don't remember.
I think it's Ferrari. Yeah, okay. It's Ferrari.
But while they develop their own
powertrain and
proprietary powertrain, which will be Cadillac branded, and that's in 2 years. I think, like, my understanding is that coincides with the new regulations coming in. I mean, that's the thing, is like at that point, I feel like it would make sense to be like, well, here's our all-American package with our,
corn-fed American driver.
All American,
our beautiful boy.
Yeah,
or at least one American driver.
It'll be interesting. I think that the American driver in Formula One has been a dream for a very long time. I think, like, prior to Drive to Survive, the American driver was kind of seen as like the key to bringing Formula One to the U.S.
Right. Getting anybody here interested in it remotely.
But I would say it's somewhat less urgent now. I mean, it's very popular in the U.S.
Yeah.
Or has been very popular in the U.S.
Yeah, of course.
So I think, we'll kind of see what the level of urgency about getting a 28-year-old or 27-year-old Colton Herta in the car. But certainly, if he's fast and they think that they can be competitive with him, then I would imagine there's no reason not to give him a shot.
Yeah. Well, and also at that point, those two guys that they're going to be starting off with, I mean, those guys are both like in their late 30s now. So
yeah, they could be dead. I mean, really, like,
of old age.
Yeah, really, both of those guys were kind of
natural causes.
Were out of Formula One effectively, prior to this. So,
yeah.
So Colton Herta is going to be test driving, which means his seat in IndyCar is vacant.
Briefly was.
Or was vacant.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's as a test driver, he also is doing like Formula 2, because as part of his thing to get like a
license,
F1 license,
super license,
which is very funny because he's kind of old for that too.
So yeah, it takes him out of IndyCar. Like, you can't do both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Notably, a funny tweet he made that Brad Pitt got a super license before him.
Nah. Wait, is that true? Did Brad Pitt get a real?
he's got
I doubt no. But Colton's very funny.
He was also very like controversially, like, Herta's inability to get a F1 or like a super license was kind of bullshit. Like, it was, it was very, given the experience that he's had in IndyCar and elsewhere, it was kind of insane that he didn't have one already. So
it sounded like there was some kind of like COVID related bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. Like, kind of like politics, but also kind of like using COVID as a like logistical excuse or something to keep him from.
Well, he refused to get the vaccine, and they don't want pure blood. No, I'm just joking. That's not true. Sorry, Colton. So his seat was.
That would be so funny.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame. He genuinely is. He's so funny and like such a good personality, and like, pour one out for the IndyCar girlies. That he will be so missed in funny IndyCar world.
Toiling away in Formula 2 as the oldest man in Formula 2 by a long shot.
Right. It's going to be like the guy that goes to that enlists, that like goes to is like in boot camp, as a 30-year-old, like with a bunch of fucking teenagers that call him grandpa or whatever.
Back to school.
It's very my a friend of mine.
Hey fellow kids.
Roger Dangerfield, back to school. Colton.
My friend Spencer went to University of Michigan, and we all went to Michigan State, and Spencer was like all A's in high school and got into U of M, and then took a psychology program, which is like one of the only programs where there's like no clear profession attached to it, like in that field.
Psychologist.
Yeah. No, it was like there was one path that you take to become an actual psychologist or a psychiatrist, and there was one that like there's no path. There's just like that's the one that Spencer
You
took.
can just go to community college for that twice.
Yeah.
Then it's like being an English major, which was
So Spencer and so everybody made fun of Spencer for years because of his career decisions, and because like obviously U of M was like a better school, and he was the only one of us who like didn't do anything with his career. But then he went back to school to be a mechanical engineer at like 32. So took undergrad mechanical engineering at U of M in his 30s in that exact same position. So he's like, salt and pepper beard. Like he's like visibly older than everybody else in freshman college. He said it was fucking miserable. Like it was so awkward and uncomfortable. It's like, doing group projects with these kids or whatever. Obviously it's fine now.
Man, that's a sign of a weak spirit. I went to community college and all my group partners were like 50-year-old going back to school moms, guys who just got out of prison. It whipped. It was awesome. That's better. It's good for those undergrads that have to like work with people who aren't 21 to 25 or whatever.
I agree. And I think
totally.
It has benefited. So Spencer's now a mechanical engineer at Nissan, and it has benefited him career-wise, being a little bit older. But
I don't think young people should be allowed to go to college.
No.
Right away? No, you should have to live for a while.
It was a waste of time for me. Yeah, no, exactly.
It was a waste of time.
I went back again and it was still a waste of time. You see me working with plants? No.
See me working with political science?
See me working with anything?
Or
see me working with English?
Working at all?
No.
Well, your songwriting's maybe like a little bit, kinda, but
I barely speak English, man.
But exciting shakeup because with Colton moving out of his spot.
Yeah, so Will Power, who kind of was rumored to be on the outs at Team Penske, has jumped over to Andretti to take over for Colton Herta. Great fit, great spot for him. Will allow him to maintain a competitive seat, being a good car with a good team, and continue his career. I think, Penske overall was having kind of a shitty year. Not a shitty year, but like a historical shitty year for Penske.
Yeah, prayers up, Scott McLaughlin. Hang in there, baby girl. It'll get better, I promise. It has to.
Yeah, so that's good. What else do we have going on in the off season?
Our special little guy, got officially promoted to Cup for next year. He's going to be out of Xfinity up into Cup. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Connor?
Connor, baby. So he's gonna crush it probably in the playoffs. Just tear it up. Wrecking ball through that in his first season. Kicks ass. Gonna go up there. Shane Wiggins-Bergen is still in playoffs. He's at the bottom of the cutoff right now, though. So I think, goodbye, good job. But he did great. I mean, he got in basically just from crushing all the road courses in Cup all year. Keeps talking about like they just can't get the car, and he's just still figuring out how to. The Cup cars are so much heavier than what he's used to in supercars, so that's been a lot of learning curve. But I mean, you let him turn right and he wins. It's just a lot of turning left that's hard, and turning like Cup is hard.
Yeah,
people do not appreciate how hard Cup is. But next year, we're gonna have a really good time because Connor's gonna be out there, and Connor's good on an oval, and he'll be learning how to. Get out there in the slightly different mechanics with Cup and out there in the field with the big dogs. They both did pretty good at Atlanta. Connor got 11th and Shane, I think 23rd, 24th. So Connor getting out there in Cup next year is going to be fun because he'll be competition for Shane on the road courses, and also he kicks ass on the ovals. So I am really psyched for NASCAR Cup 2026. That's going to be fun. That's must-see TV. Get our Corvette boys out there.
Man, getting me pumped. I don't even.
I've been researching for no particular reason. Don't ask. I'm plotting and scheming.
And does Connor Zilic have a driver's license, just like a normal driver's license yet, or is he?
He just turned 19.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
He's big boy now.
He looks fully
Yeah,
adult.
good time for our boys.
This is a little bit under the radar, but did you guys see that Brian Herta Autosport?
Oh yeah, I did.
Father of Colton, announced that they are going to be competing in LMP2 in IMSA next year.
Let's go.
Why is that? I mean, Brian Herta, who since like 2019 has just been competing in IMSA, just in the kind of lower level
TCR
Michelin Pilot Challenge with the TCR Hyundais, running the Hyundai program that has pretty much dominated that category of racing for the last 6 years. And there were always question marks. I mean, when they launched that program in 2019, and Rory, you sent me down there to do a story about that to Daytona. I mean, there were whispers even then. It's like, does this portend a Hyundai?
Oh right, like what is the
top
end game
class?
here?
Like
yeah,
exactly.
It's like there's no way they're just doing this.
Right, and if Hyundai is intending to at some point run a top class prototype car, would Herta be in line to run that as a partner? So this is something that has been kind of talked about for years, but so them moving into LMP2 is a pretty common way for teams who have been competing in other classes to kind of lay the groundwork. LMP2 being the kind of spec class of prototype racing, where it's a combination of pro and amateur drivers, and so it's kind of like the pro-am kind of subclass of the top tier prototype racing in IMSA. And so the LMP2 thing is just like a way for teams to essentially prepare themselves to compete in the top class. And with Genesis developing their new, which is, Hyundai's premium brand, they've got their hypercar, LMDH car in development right now. They've been hitting the track and doing their kind of reveals and shakedowns and stuff over the last few months. That car is going to start competing in WEC next year, I think, and then scheduled to come to IMSA the year after. This year, the team that's going to be operating the Genesis cars in WEC, Edex Sport, I think is the name of the team. They've been running an LMP2 program this year, like pretty successfully. With that woman, Jamie Chadwick, is one of the drivers who's been very competitive. And so Herta kind of moving up to LMP2 next year. I feel like it's all but a lock that they would be running that Genesis prototype when that comes in 2027. So that's kind of exciting. It's I mean, the thing that's fun is just to think about like a lot of those guys who have been driving those Hyundais since that program was launched, and I mean those guys who I met and who were kids, who were like teenagers or very early 20s. That guy that we talked to at Daytona last year, Rory, on the tram when we got lost trying to find your car. Mason Filippi. Super nice kid. And it's just fun to think about like those guys getting a crack, who have been very, very diligently and competitively racing in this, like front drive kind of low tier, but ultra competitive series. Very exciting to just imagine them getting a crack at the big show.
Yeah. Okay. I want to go with Stay Tired.
Do you need to bail, Rory, or can I talk about just one last thing?
Oh, what do we got?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
This is not racing related. It's more kind of just economic stuff. But
please.
I just thought this story was funny and kind of provides an opportunity to play one of my favorite things. But this is a story about Lamborghini that ran in, where did this run? Oh, CNBC just a week or two ago. Lamborghini CEO says tariffs are causing even the wealthiest buyers to pause. And this has been kind of a question mark. It's like, it seems like most of the real luxury car purveyors, like rich people don't give a shit about tariffs. But I don't know. We'll see. Uncertainty around tariffs has caused even the wealthiest buyers of Lamborghini supercars to hold off on their purchases, CEO Stephen Winkleman told CNBC. While the White House recently announced an agreement with Europe on a 15% tariff rate, that rate hasn't yet taken effect for cars. Lamborghini and other European automakers are still paying the tariff rate of 27.5% on exports to the U.S., with the price of a Lamborghini starting at $400,000, many buyers are choosing to wait for more stable tariff rates before buying, Winkleman said. Some are waiting because they want to be sure this is the final number that is going to be in place. Others are fine with it, or we will have negotiations. I like the idea of just negotiations. Yeah, we'll just hammer out a deal on what tariffs we feel like paying. It kind of talks about how Lamborghini's like in fairly rude health. Last week at Monterey Car Week, Lamborghini unveiled a new limited production supercar called the Fenomeno, the fastest and most powerful Lambo yet, boasting 1,080 horsepower. Blah, blah, blah. They will make only 29 of these cars, which are part of what Winkleman calls the few-offs strategy of super rare hyper-performance versions of its current lineup for top clients. Also helping the company, a surge in wealth around the world that's becoming younger and more diverse. Lamborghini owners have an average of 5 cars in their garage, and owners of the higher-priced Lambos have an average of 10 cars. The average age of the Lamborghini buyer now is under 45, and in Asia, it's under 30, he said.
Wow.
And this just makes me think of, Matty, I have to think that you have seen this clip. Rory, I'm not sure if you have, but I'm going to drop this in the chat. It's just the thing that floats around on Tumblr and gets reblogged.
Is this the guy talking about the YouTube poop style Lamborghini? Yes.
His Lamborghinis, yeah.
I've seen this guy before.
I mean, it's an edit.
The classic.
But yeah, you should just
Lamborghinis in my Lamborghini account.
Yeah, maybe you can just drop
it's going in.
an excerpt in there. It's also the thing that anytime I'm at an IMSA race where they're doing the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Cup, and it's just all, it's just a Lamborghini race, and the guys over the PA will be, the number 27 Lamborghini is passed by the such and such 13 Lamborghini and blah, 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 Lamborghini, and it's like all I can hear is that guy talking about his Lamborghinis and his Lamborghini account. And
I bumped into a Lamborghini and another Lamborghini and a few more Lamborghinis. I found 5 Lamborghinis. I don't call it money anymore. I call it fuel units. You must have enough fuel units. You must have enough Lamborghinis. You must.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
The classic.
That was one thing that we
Evergreen.
didn't really talk about from Monterey is like maybe we did talk about it, but the percentage of the top sales that were all auction sales that were all like modern hypercars. Like
Yeah,
that's
no, we did
okay.
talk about that. Yeah. Hey, I was
Yeah.
curious though. You before you left, you said that you were maybe going to get a chance to drive some of those resto mod cars.
Didn't
Did
happen.
that not happen? Oh,
No,
okay.
that's why I'm mad about it. Just joking. No, I just didn't come together, and I was probably going to be too busy to do it anyway. But
Yeah. Did you get to drive anything, or were you just getting chauffeured around the whole time?
no, I drove a Cadillac Vistic for about an hour.
The Vistacube.
Oh,
nice.
is
Nice
that
car.
that's the big electric?
It's a small
SUV?
It's a small SUV,
Oh, it's
electric SUV. Yeah, or midsize,
okay.
I guess. Yeah, nice car.
God, I see so many lyrics around.
Lyric U?
Lyric Qs.
For an EV. Yeah, it's a good value proposition. They look cool too. They look like kind of like a little Celestic. Not as dramatic, but like, yeah, it's an interesting looking car.
People like them. I wonder how many of those are actually getting sold versus leased.
Yeah, I mean, EVs, I have to assume most of them are getting leased, but still, that counts as a sale.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough.
All
All
right.
right.
Leave it there.
Perfect. Wonderful.
All right. Stay tired.
Yeah, stay tired, everyone.
Stay tired.
Here in my garage, I just bought this new Lamborghini here. Fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than knowledge? This new Lamborghini here. But you know what I like a lot more than the new Lamborghini here? My TEDx talk where I talk about this
New Lamborghini here.
In fact, I'm a lot more proud of these 7 new Hollywood Hills that I had to get installed to hold 2,000 new Lamborghinis.